Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another episode of What's Ahead. I am Sunidhi Suri, and today I have with me the winners of Smart India Hardware Edition Hackathon 2020, Saksham Gupta, Kritika Ahuja, and Shiva Thavani. Would you all like to go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Sure. Myself Saksham. I'm a final year student at Thapa University and I'm pursuing a dual degree PMBA course in computer science. Currently, I'm also interning with EY as a machine learning engineer and post my graduation, I'll be joining as a full-time employee.
Hello all, I am Shiva Thavani, currently in final year of my dual degree in computer science and MBA, and I am also working as an artificial intelligence developer at Ernst& Young Automation team.
Hello everyone, I am Kritika. I'm a final year student at Thapa University. I have done my BTech in computer science and MBA in finance and business analytics. So currently I am working as a machine learning engineer in EY.
Right. So, for the people who are listening, what is SIH and how did you prepare for it?
So, Smart India Hackathon, as we call it SIH, is a national level innovation competition organized by MHRD almost every year, and it is a wonderful opportunity for all the aspiring graduates to present themselves in front of eminent organizations and get a chance to stand out from the crowd, to present themselves, to present their idea, to showcase their basically what is their innovative mindset, so that they can have some funding from MHRD, they can create a project, they can work on their own idea. So this is kind of platform which SIS provides to each graduate, and they have a mind-blowing opportunity to get out and present their product or their idea in front of world to know the real worth of the idea.
Right. So, what is the structure of SIH? What are like the different stages? And as your experience was online, so how would you describe your online experience?
So we were a part of like hardware edition. So we started our SIS journey in October 2019 because of all this COVID ongoing situation. All the rounds were conducted online. So for us, there were total of 5 rounds. So the first round was the idea round where we have to submit the documents of our ideas, like what we want to do and how we want to do. So the second round was an internal hackathon, which was conducted by the college. So there were a total of 10 teams which were selected after the idea round, and only two have to further go for the further processes. So an internal hackathon was conducted by the college, and only two teams were selected after that. So the third round was the video round. In the video round, we have to present the video for the prototype. So what we have prepared till now. So we were lucky enough as we have already prepared our prototype and we had some pictures of us, our prototype. So we showcased that in the video, and also we use Unity software to showcase our product for better presentation and demonstration. So we created our video. So fourth round was preliminary round where we had to present our solution to the stakeholders of our ministry and gave them a detailed view of our product. So what we created and how we created. And the final round was the last round where we have to showcase the whole product with all its functionalities, like the proper hardware, what we have prepared. So there were a total of 5 rounds, and these were they.
Yeah.
Right. So, like, would you guys like to talk about your developer journey and how did you guys start coding? And what advice would you give to the people who want to start out?
Sure. Yeah, so I started my journey with competitive programming and I love to participate in such problem solving contests on code forces which happen every week. So I started my journey over there. Then I started participating in Google Code Jam and many such events as well. After that, my interest started building in network security as well. Then I participated in Pico CDF events. And in our Thapa University, we have many societies as well, which organize such events for different fields such as AIML or network security. So I tend to participate in those hackathons as well. And that is how my coding journey started. And my advice would be that for the students who are starting the coding journey, they can start with any programming language they want and in today's world, there are so many courses available online. They can start learning from their home as well. and there is no late or something start or some early start in this journey. They can start anytime, and there are so many mentors in our college as well. They can take help of those mentors as well. So there's a guidance abundant in our college, and they can take benefit from them.
Yeah,
Right.
and like to have a reflect back on my coding journey, I started in my first year. I started with off like a project for college only. We were creating a smart attendance-based facial recognition project, and this project was basically meant for AI and machine learning. So that's how I started my journey in field of artificial intelligence and computer vision. And as a part of my elective, I also took computer vision, and by creating such small projects and creating projects, one can move on into the coding journey. You have to practice the basics of the language first. You have to go on to Geeks for Geeks and learn all the basics of the language. But to learn more and learn in depth of the language, you should start doing the project. So my advice for anyone who's going to start the coding, so one should stick to the basic project at the beginning and then move ahead in the ladder. As Saksham also said that there's no early or late start, and I correctly agree with that point. Because one might think that I'm in my third year now, it's too late for me to go into AI or into Python. But no, it's not late because there are really so many opportunities out there. You just have to grab one and you can go on.
And about me, like I developed my interest in projects in hardware part because of the buggy subject we had in our college. So I developed interest from that, and after that, I never had interest in CP and competitive programming and all. So I started developing projects in Python. And Python is my primary language, so I developing projects. And as soon as I created more, my interest increases. And finally, we are here. We are working on machine learning and artificial intelligence in the EYGDS as well. So this was my journey.
And to just to add one more point, like currently we all three are working together on Ernst and Young with Ernst and Young automation team, and we are working on the project which we get got through a hackathon only. So you can start anytime. You just have to be consistent with your efforts.
I think that is such a nice story to hear that you guys are working on the same project that you worked on in your hackathon, and you guys are working together as a team, right? So I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
team is an integral part of any hackathon or any project that you're doing. So how did you guys build your team, and what are some of the tips that you can give to someone who, wants to make a team?
Sure, yeah. So as we were all in the same department of computer science, so we all, yeah, tend to meet each other very well. And from being the same stream, we participated in many hackathons, in the intra-college hackathons as well. So that is how we built the synergy of our team. We took other members as well for building the team of SIH, and then we started building projects. So after building projects, we tend to know about our skill sets. And for building a great team, you need to have every team member that can contribute to the team in some unique way. So you should create a team that can contribute itself very properly in the hackathon or any event it is that. So, and all the team members should also be aligned to a goal, and they should be passionate about solving big problems, and that is how you can build a great team. So there is no hard such rule that you should follow by building a team, but yeah, in the college you will get so many students that are working on different projects. You can just contribute to the GitHub community as well and start building a your own college group. So that is how I can advise anyone to start in the college by building a team.
Right, that makes sense. So, how did you guys prepare for? So, coming back to Smart India Hackathon, how did you guys prepare for SIH, and what was your project about?
So our prep for hackathon was very basic. We stick to novelty and principles of a product and aim to improve it over the course of hackathon. So at the time of grand finale, our product was production ready and we achieved all the goals which we aimed for at the beginning of our hackathon. We created a smart robot tank, a bit about our project. So we created a smart robot tank which can intelligently detect enemy targets in air as well as on ground and shoot them down with a robotic assembly attached to it. The whole robot was powered by artificial intelligence and computer vision, which made the robot intelligent enough to detect the enemy targets. So this or everything we created, it had an alert system built in, which will alert the admin or a neighbor or friendly troops about the possible enemy invasion. And this autonomous system was mainly created to counter the risk posed by enemies' UAVs and UGVs.
Perfect. So what do you think should be done to win SIH, and what do you think should not be done to, lose SIH?
Right?
Yeah, so
One,
talking about the one thing that we should do for winning the hackathon is in every round, when there is some evaluator in front of you, you should always listen to them. So there are so many queries they have. You should not argue with them at any point and take the feedback very positively and then work on it. So yeah, this is the key thing I think that one should do for winning the such a great national level hackathon that is SIH.
and I think for winning the hackathon, one should focus on creating an innovative solution which solves a real purpose. And you should be able to engage the jury with the idea of the project so that they can relate with your idea and its usage. It should not be just in your mind. You should be able to present it in front of the jury. You can create a mind-blowing product, but until and unless you didn't presented it well, you didn't do anything. So once that point should be kept in mind by everyone. If it's and it's very important in SIS because you don't get many opportunities here. You don't get many chances. You have only one chance and you have to grab it.
Yeah, as Shiva said, right, he said like rightly. So presentation always matters. Like what you have built, you have to present that in an innovative way, and you have to answer each and every query by the jury. They ask, you have to showcase them. Like you have to show them the prototype you have built. Like don't always go for we can show them pictures or videos. They want to see the prototype you have built or the software you have built. Always go for that.
Right, perfect. So, what was your final round in SIH about? And as you guys were the winners, like what prize did you guys get?
So our final round was, as I told you, we had all our rounds online because of the COVID situation. So we had our prototypes ready, but we had our prototypes in the college. So in the December month, we went to our college, all three of us. We prepared our prototype very well, and in the lab only, we prepared the whole, like you can say the setup where we had showcased our prototype. Like we had a Robocop, it moves forth and back and shoots the enemy, the target, everything. So we showcase them well in the lab only.
Yeah.
So this was our final round. That's how we showcase them in the online
And yeah,
situations.
talking about the prize money, winners do get a whopping prize money of 1 lakh rupees. And but still, the best part of winning the SIH is not only the prize money, but also the boost in your confidence and the recognition you get after this huge success.
Mhm.
So it is a national level hackathon and it tremendously helps you on your resumes as well as favor you a lot in the placement interviews as well. So this is the one key point that one student should have and back this opportunity in their resume as well.
Right, this is great. This is so nice to hear. So, how would you sum up your overall experience of, participating and preparing and then winning SIH? Like,
To sum up the whole experience, I will say it was very challenging. Not only due to the SIH, but as the COVID posed the risk. And we were participating in a hardware hackathon. We had to create some things. We had to do many things. But some we did a lot of things, but we were not able to do all the things which we planned for because as the market was closed and everything, we all were at different location. I was in Rajasthan and they were in Haryana, so we were all not close neighbors, so we can work together. So we were working online through Google Meet or Zoom meetings only. But the one challenge I will say, which we faced mainly because of our hardware prototype, was that we were not able to source the components which we needed. Although we got a great help from the college, but we didn't got all the components which we needed from the market, as the market was closed and there was some disrupt in supply chain, especially in the semiconductors market. So our main summarization point I will say is that we although enjoyed the whole journey and we are really glad that we participated in this hackathon and we won it. Yeah. So to summarize the whole point, I will say that although it was a good journey, it was very well, but it had its own challenges which we saw in the way.
Yeah. Yeah, so even after all the hurdles, so it was a hell of an experience for me, and I still cherish those moments. I stayed back in the month of December with my teammates, and the working environment we built, the same activity lab that PSN sir helped us to get, and that whole journey we went through, it's been a lot. So I think it is the only SIH that went for a whole year because it started way back in the last month of 2019 and stayed back till the February of 2021. So this was a quite a huge long journey of a
Yeah.
hackathon, and it helped us improving our skill set as well. So it was a hell of an experience for me.
So hardware hackathons, from hardware hackathons, we learn a lot, like how to handle the components. It's not always so easy as it seems. Like handling a single battery is even tough sometimes. We have experienced that with the Robocop. So it was a great journey, and we learned a lot from that, like really a lot.
That's great, right? So, what is your final advice for people who are aspiring to, win SIH?
Yeah.
So
So
the
my
first. Mm.
yeah, critical carry on. Yeah.
So the first thing is you should focus on your team. Like choose your team very wisely. This is the first advice you should go for. Focus on every skill set, the every skills you need. Like what do you need, what do you want to build, and how much people do you need for that, and what are the special things you need in your team to build the solution you are preparing for. You have to focus on all those things.
And yeah,
And
my
also,
advice for the students will be that yeah, this is a great opportunity for them for enhancing their skills as a programmer. So also they should not always focus on the winning, but creating something new that is useful for the society and that can make people's lives easier. Because after SIH, many prototypes go to the funding level as well, and after they get the funding, that also tends up being a startup as well. So students should start thinking bigger than just winning a hackathon and carry forwarding this mindset as well.
and as I said earlier, the main important goal of is winning is be innovative in your approach. Don't create what everyone is creating. If you are even if you're creating what everyone is creating, be intelligent enough to present it in a manner that everyone will say, "Wow, what a product you have built." So you just have to get a wow factor for your product, and you should be able to present it. That's the main tip of winning.
Right. This is so nice to hear. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. And I hope people who are listening would probably learn something and get inspiration.